All right, so in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of expressions that I typically use in After Effects that I think are important for you to know about, and that's the wiggle, that's the loop out, and that's the time expression. So a simple analogy to explain how a wiggle expression works is shaking the camera how many times per second and then how hard it's shaking. And the first number represents how many times per second it's shaking, and the second number is the intensity of it. So I think giving you a practical example is the best way to show this, so let me get into it. So on this layer, I'm going to hit the P button, and it's going to bring up this stopwatch at the bottom left over here. And if you're on Mac like I am, you hold the Option button and click this, and if you're on Windows, you can hold the Alt button and click this. And when you click it, it's going to bring up these words, and this is the expression window. All you're going to do is type in wiggle over here, and you can type in the full thing with the parentheses, or you can just click it over here. Now in between the parentheses, you have to put in the numbers. That's the values that are going to be expressed by the wiggle expression we're trying to use. So we're just going to put in some values to show you how this works, and I'm going to start with 5, 50. And like I said, the first number is exactly how much it's moving, and then the intensity is the second number, which is the amplitude. Now if you just click anywhere inside of here and we look at the footage, you're going to see that the footage is wiggling around now. And if you want to edit this expression, you can just click it here, for instance, and you can change a number like this one and put it down to 10. And you can see that it's adjusting the intensity of the wiggle. Now to get rid of the wiggle expression, just hold the same Option or Alt button and click that stopwatch, and it'll get rid of it. And the cool thing about this is you can use it on anything. So if you wanted to use it on something like opacity, and you had, like, let's say a light or something, and you wanted it to flicker, you could press the T button over here to get to your opacity, click that stopwatch and go to wiggle again, and it'll apply that expression but to the opacity on this layer. So if we put 2 and 10, for instance, over here, you're going to see the opacity starting to flicker. So as you can see, there's a lot of versatility with this, but I will give you one more other trick so that you can control this more manually. So here's a neat little trick for how you can animate the shake using a slider as an expression control for the footage. So the first thing we're going to do is go over to your effects and type in slider, and go to slider control and double click it. Once you have this, press P on your footage again, and then hold Option or Alt, and then select the stopwatch, and then we're going to go in and put down that wiggle expression that we had. So we're going to go with something like 5 and 20. And as you see, that is shaking, but we want to control it gradually. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this wiggle expression, and this number over here we're going to highlight. You can do one or the other, and then we're going to get this pick whip, and then we're going to slide it over to where the slider control is over here. But if we want to control it gradually, we'll go over here and we'll add a keyframe on the slider, and we'll just go over a few frames over, and we'll turn this up a bit. And if you press U, you can bring up your keyframes, and as you can see, it's starting to shake more with the keyframe. And this is a good way to animate shakes inside of footage. And if you pull this out a little more, you can see how it's gradually starting to shake more violently over time. Another bonus tip, if you just go over here and highlight it, right click it, and then you go to keyframe assistant and put easy ease, this will just ease it in so it looks a bit smoother. All right, we're done with wiggle expressions, and we're going to move on to time. So I'm just going to use an effect to show you exactly how this works, and it's going to be fairly simple, and you could follow along so that you could try it yourself. So we need a background. I'm going to press Command Y so that we can get a solid, but if you don't know how to do that, you can just right click here, go to new, and then we're just going to hit solid. And for the background, we're going to choose a white color. So we're just going to go over here to color and click this. And then we're going to right click again, go to new, solid. Then we're going to change this color to black. You can change it to any color that you want. Now I just want you to go to your masking tool up here, and you can use any shape really. I'm just going to go with the ellipse tool. I'm just going to draw a bit of a circle like this. Now in order for this expression to take place, we actually need an effect on here so that we can put the expression in. So we're going to start with turbulent displacement. So go into your effects and type down turbulent displacement and double click this. Then go to your complexity, and we're just going to turn it up to the max. Now if I hit the play button, you can see that nothing's happening. Now if I hit the play button, you can see that nothing's happening because there's no expression on here and there's nothing happening for the expression to react to. Now if we go to evolution over here, you can see that it starts moving if we click this. But if we do that, it only moves at that frame because it's not animating it. So what we could technically do is just hit the keyframe, and we can go further over here, and then we can push this around a bit, and you can see that it's animating. But once it hits a certain duration, the time actually stops it from animating. So the best way to actually do this is adding a time expression. So if you go over and you click that stopwatch over here, holding the Option or the Alt button, we're going to go to where these letters are over here, and we're going to type down time, put a star next to it, and we're going to put down a number value. The lower the number, the less that it animates over time, and the higher the number, the faster that it animates. So if we type in 150, for instance, and we just click anywhere over here and we press play, this is going to animate non-stop throughout the whole duration of this at 150 times. Now, if you click this number over here and we put an extreme value, let's say something like 1500, you're going to see that it's actually animating a lot faster. And this is good because it animates going over time permanently, depending on how long the duration is of your clip. I use this a lot for animations, especially like portals and stuff like that. So it's definitely something you should have in your toolkit. Now, the last one I'm going to show you is the loop out. And this is something that makes the animation continue after you add a keyframe for it. And the perfect way I can show this is for a rotation keyframe. So if I hit R over here and I hit a keyframe for rotation, and I just move a bit over here and I animate it like that, you can see that we have this animation, but it stops right over here. And as a hint, if you want one full animation, you can just go to this number before it and you click 1 and it's going to rotate once fully. Now, if you want this animation to keep going nonstop throughout the whole thing, all you're going to do is go to this stopwatch, hold the Option or Alt key, click it, and then we're going to type in loop out. And you don't have to type anything inside of here. You can just hit this loop out button over here, double click it, and now it's going to keep on spinning nonstop for the whole entire clip, no matter what. There's many different use cases for all of these expressions, and I use them the most in the stuff that I do, but I just wanted to show you guys exactly how they work, and remember to use them creatively depending on what it is that you're trying to do in your footage. I hope this clarifies expressions, and I will see you guys in the next one.